Alright, last week was a little strange. We didn't have an episode because of reasons. So who's doing the recap?
I am. So,
Alright.
last time we were here, instead of the other campaign, we were all told that there's a problem. Something is going to crash to the Earth, or was it the moon? Pretty sure it was the Earth, with something attached to it that turns everything into crystal. So we can't be having that happen because everyone will die. So we got sent in. We got dropped off in the place. We started going through the rooms. We found one where there was a robot, which immediately got banished. It was great. And when it got banished, the robot was inside of what was banished, and once it was pulled
slime
out,
got banished, and
slime
we pulled
went away.
the robot away from it.
Yes. And then we moved on, but the door wouldn't open, so Desiree broke the door. We got to the next room. We get this little robot that's supposed to be some sort of child's toy, but apparently has access to flamethrowers and is just as psychotic as its maker.
And seems to be omnipotent.
So Desiree decided to kind of go ham on that for a bit, and then decided, well, this is taking too long, and started bashing through the door, because it became quickly clear that the robot wasn't going to let them through the door anyway. It didn't care. It wanted to cheat at its own game. So we moved on.
The robot claimed that it had no control over the doors.
Yeah. It either lied or whatever. Desiree no longer cared. So she smashed her way through the next door, and here we are at whatever this room is, with whatever this round thing in the center is that we can't see or see around.
It's just a pillar in the middle of the room.
Oh.
It's just a pillar, and also...
Then a room with a pillar and a little bitty robot, which looks like the robot from the other room that was in a jelly.
And that's where we left off, and the robot in front of you says, "Hello?"
Desiree pulls out an axe. You know, I'm about sick of robots at this point. What do you want?
Which one of you has the pendant with the, that Lucas was talking through?
Pendant?
The what?
I believe
the Stone of Fire speech that...
Oh, well, if Teta's not here, then I guess Drizzle can have it right now.
Alright. So, you hear Lucas's voice come through the pendant, and he says, "Oh, you found the well?"
I think so.
Oh, she's a darling. She just helps around the, lab.
So, like a maintenance robot.
Well, yeah, kinda. Yeah, and robotic lab partner, that sort of thing. So you see in these rooms, there are 3 doorways except for the one that you just went through. The one on the left, the one directly in front of you, and on the left says Lucas's private quarters. The one directly in front of you and to the right, Lucas's private quarters is light. Above the door is red. And to the right there's another door, which looks like it had a plaque hanging on it, like Lucas's private quarters, but it's not there anymore, and the light above it is just off. And then you have another door that's in front of you that's green and looks like the arcane airlocks like before.
Pavu will place the head of his hammer on the ground, quite quickly so that it resonates through the room. He will point at the little robot. You move, you will be destroyed.
Huh?
The robot says, "Well, there no need to get
tired of the bullshit that's been going on in this place."
Hey, calm down, guys. I don't think this robot is an obstacle.
I don't care. I'm making sure it knows that if it moves, it dies. So if it doesn't want to be an obstacle, it can just not move.
Or it can make itself useful and
says-
explain to us what's in the other rooms.
Well, it doesn't
What is
have to
through the
move to do
doors that we
that.
didn't come through?
Which one? As you can see, there are
The
3 doors
ones
that
that
you
we
didn't.
didn't come through. What is through each of them?
Oh, the one.
It's not a hard question.
Right. I'm just. The one on the left is just Lucas's room where he sleeps and stuff.
She's
The other
asking
one
about
that
the
doesn't-
rooms that we chose not to go through
Oh.
on our way here.
Those.
What?
So you.
No, I'm
That's
asking
weird,
about
huh?
the rooms that we have access to from here.
That's what I thought. That's
Okay,
what
no,
I thought.
that was my
Um,
derp then.
Yeah, I don't care
Uh,
about the rooms we didn't come through.
The one on the left is just Lucas's room. That's where he just sleeps and stuff. The one with the light off is just the derelict room. It's got nothing in it.
Where is he
and-
now?
The other one's he's in the med bay. Remember? Yeah, he was running from the crystal and is holed up in the med bay, and that's why you're moving to the center of the base.
Will
Okay.
start to make his
And
way
what about
to-
the other room?
Yeah,
He only explained 2. You kind of interrupted.
Sorry.
The other one's the arcane airlock that leads to leads farther into the lab.
Well, I guess it's time to inspect his quarters first. You're gonna have to unpause it for that, though.
No, shoot. I didn't even notice it was paused. Sorry.
It always does that on startup.
Noel says, "Well, we were told not. I was told not to let anybody in there because that is his bedroom."
Desiree turns around and says, I'm going in there, whether you like it or not. If you try to stop me, I will simply get rid of you. Do you get my meaning?
I'm not.
Pavel
she
raises the
her
head of
sword-
his hammer off of the ground.
She raises her scrumbled together arms. She's about the size and shape of a car engine. She raises her scrumbled arms and she says, "I'm not really well equipped for that, but go ahead."
So, what am I finding in the room?
The door to the room is locked with a red light above it.
Oh, good grief. Fine. I'm
someone
bashing
forgot
it
to
open
right-click
with
on the
my
door.
axe. I'm bashing it open with my axe either way. Can we assume that's already done instead of me just rolling repeatedly this time?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Lucas
There's
comes through the
really no
pendant and
reason
yells,
to
"What
take
are you
time."
doing? What are you doing?" You hear come through the pendant.
I think she's trying to check out your stuff, brah.
All right, so what do I find
Don't
in
let
here?
her!
Looks like a couple of chests and a bed here, and I'm searching them all.
There it is. You walk into an absolutely filthy room, just filthy. Clothes and stuff all over the floor. It's very not at all clean. Books,
This is
messes of paper,
disgusting.
food.
I want to yell down, like, all the way from where I am and just say, "Hey, Des, don't you think that's, like, totally an invasion of privacy?" All the
You
way from
know,
where I am.
After all the crap we've gone through, from what he's said, I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
he
you
waived his
see-
right to privacy when he took control of the artifact, or at least tried to.
You see a scatter on the floor every now and then. There's a small crystal every here and there. And so you're looking inside the chest, yeah.
Of course. And under
Inside
the bed.
Inside isn't really anything except for a small really musty dusty old compact mirror.
Does there
that is
seem to be
clasped
anything
shut at the
special
moment.
about it?
It is the only thing in this drawer. Like in any of the drawers, actually. It's the only thing in there. You'd assume
Well,
because
I'm-
everything else is on the floor.
Well, I'm going to take that out and inspect it,
Mhm.
see what I can figure out about it.
Alright, so are you popping it open or are you just looking at it from the outside first?
Yes, but I'm looking at it from the outside first, and then I'm popping it open, but aiming it away from me because I don't trust this
You
stuff.
pop it up. Yeah, it's not at all polished. It's like really scuffed up metal. When you pop it open, nothing happens. And when you turn to look at it, you notice that instead of a mirror, there's a perfectly circular green emerald. And instead of seeing yourself, you see a bunch of different things. It shows a couple of things and then changes to something else. You see two people sitting on a couch looking at this glowing rectangular box. And then the vision shifts and you see an old woman sitting next to a old wooden box with a screen on it, and a voice is coming out of it, talking about the weather. You see, and then the vision shifts again. You see
So somebody's watching.
about a 20-year-old ish woman sitting in an alcove of a house or like a window nook, and she's drinking tea, and she has in her hands a glowing rectangle, but smaller than the first one. And then the vision shifts again, and you see a sort of bar, but it doesn't look like any of the bars you've seen before. It looks cleaner. It doesn't have any wood around, and you see playing on a stage a band playing really rough sounding music. And then you see sort of like a landscape, but instead of the forests and mountains you'd normally see, you see a bunch of super tall buildings that like reach to the sky, and you see a bunch of small like wagons, but they don't have horses, and they're made of complete metal, and they're just sitting still in the corridors. And then it shifts back to the people watching, people looking at the glowing rectangle, and it sort of shows it on loop.
Well, I'm gonna put that in my pockets for now, or toss it in my backpack, whatever. Checking the bed next and what's under it. Searching for
So in other
anything
words,
useful.
it's
Or
a port to another dimension, or to a more modern dimension.
Right. And see, you probably ours, or probably our dimension with the TV and such. Yeah, there's nothing under the bed other than a bunch, like everything else that's been on the floor. Freaking, there's a half-eaten sandwich under there. Freaking, really disgusting. There's a 2-liter bottle that looks like it had ale in it, but it's like a quarter of the way drank.
Pavu,
Other than that,
not
really
moving from his spot in the outer chamber with the pillar, just takes a look in through the door, sees the mess.
Mm-hmm.
This man is surprisingly disorganized for a highfalutin scientist with his own base.
Noel the robot says, yes, I completely agree. I constantly try to clean that room, but it gets way worse every single time.
Maybe you need to rub his face in it like you do with a dog that just shat on the carpet.
Well, he kind of did make me, so wouldn't that be a little disrespectful?
People adopt dogs all the time. It doesn't change the fact that the dog can be disrespectful sometimes, and rightfully so.
okay, so that's like completely tearing apart what's left of this room. That's all I find.
Yeah. All the clothes that would normally be in the chest are all on the ground, like, when you walked in.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, other than that, really nothing much of note. Actually, you see on one of the chests, just, like, sitting on it, just a picture frame with Lucas and a woman, a little older woman. But you don't know who the woman is.
Did this woman show up through the viewport?
No. No, she did not.
Pavu was just standing guard next to the little robot.
Okay, well,
I
if
guess-
there's nothing else I'm finding in there, Desiree is going to move on over to the other room.
Drizzle will be behind.
Am I going to have to bash my way through this door as well?
The light's off, and she says, "Oh, if you really want to look in there, there's nothing much in there." But and then the robot floats over to the door, says, "Excuse me," and then moves in front of it. Fiddles with a panel next to it, and the light above it goes green.
You said there's nothing important in there?
Nope, it's just a derelict room. You know how every lab has a derelict room somewhere.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, I'm
I would
going to
expect
take a
this
look
of
anyway.
mansions, not of labs. I would especially
yeah,
expect a lab to have more than just the one, organic residing inside of it.
All right, well, Desiree's going to
inside-
tear this room apart and see if she finds anything of use or of note.
This room is like way cleaner, just like super clean. Like you just walked into a freshly cleaned hotel room for the first time. The chests are completely empty. The bed's nice and made, but really nothing.
So I find nothing of note in this room at all.
Nothing. It's just an empty derelict room. So it looks like another one of the like a sleeping quarter, like Lucas's, but just like way cleaner.
But nothing in there. Okay. I guess it's time to go through this door.
Drizzle will open the door.
Noel says, "Can I come with you, perchance?"
I don't see why not.
Why?
Is that okay with you, big man?
You're
Why
staying in front
not?
of me.
Fair. Like, why not? In case you haven't noticed, Crystal is slowly moving inwards, and I really don't want to be in one place for too long.
We've
I
literally
vote for
been
not to.
burned by one robot in here already. I'd rather not take that chance again.
I won't be like that. I will not be like that.
I've been
So
lied
you
to
notice
before.
another.
Desiree's gonna take a
wide
right.
chamber.
Yep, Desiree's going to take a
Oh, no,
right. Oh, well, go
can I
ahead.
explain? Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
explain.
On the left, it's another one of those fork in the road, basically. Pointing to the left is a sign that says "Death Laser Calibration Chamber," and on the right, you see large humanoid species behavior modification center, and that's scratched out, and in very scribbled handwriting, you see written "hugbears."
I totally want to come into this room.
You hear?
Yeah,
Desiree
that
made
was
her choice. We're going right.
every single word on that right chamber's plaque points straight at Pavu and Desiree.
The laser one doesn't sound very nice. But hugbears
you
sound
hear
nice.
Lucas
Maybe they
chime-
like hugging things.
Well, if
You
they
hear,
don't, I can always. Well,
You
you know what I can do.
Yeah.
Hug them to death.
Yes.
You hear chime through the pendant. I very much. You hear chime through the pendant. Lucas saying, "I know where you're at. You're at the at that fort. I very much implore that you go into the Death Laser Calibration Chamber." Like
yeah,
if,
we're not going to be doing
like
that.
if I was in your situation, I'd pick the Death Laser Calibration rooms.
I'll trust your word, science man.
I won't. Desiree
Neither
walks
will
into the
I.
room with the hugbears.
Then can I
Are
bring
they
the robot
attacking
with
I
me?
don't
Um,
trust your judgment anymore.
Nope. You see in the middle of the room, there's 4 beds, a couch. The couch is overturned, and a fireplace. And you see huddled in the middle of the room, like 4 badly beaten bugbears.
They need
and
healing.
they're sleeping.
Of course, we don't have a cleric with us.
I
Hey,
can
we have a
heal.
druid. Does the druid have heals with him, though?
I do. I can heal. Yeah.
Pavu still has 40 points of heals.
Guess I really don't have a choice here, huh?
Yes, do. We can leave them asleep and continue moving.
I mean, like, whether to go to the left or right in this instance.
So are you
Yeah,
talking at a normal level, or are you whispering?
I'd assume we're whispering now.
I wasn't aware they were asleep.
He said they were asleep.
Yeah, I said sleeping.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
catch that part. I
damage
thought they were
hu-
all huddled over by the fireplace or something. They're in the middle of the room. or
No,
whatever,
he
but-
Nah,
said
they're
that they were
they're
asleep
just laying
while
on
you
top of
were
each other in the middle of the room.
saying we need to, or that we should. It's a shame we don't have our cleric.
Oh.
Look at my spell. I can cast Cure Wounds.
One of the smaller ones' ears just start twitching when they hear you speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Hey!
else though.
Are you guys okay?
Pavu also has.
What
cure
What happened
wounds.
here?
The little one that the ears twitched, starts to run towards you and gnashing its teeth, but one of the bigger ones just grabs it by the shoulders and says, slow down, slow down. They're not like the other ones. Not like the other ones. And the small one says, I don't care. I'm not in the mood for another one of those.
When the small one starts charging, Pavu raises his shield.
The bigger one
Desiree
that,
just leaves her axes on her back and kneels down non-threateningly.
one of the older looking ones just says, I'm sorry about that. A couple of bad people just came in here and started wrecking shop. It was a who was it? I think it was an orc woman, a dragonborn maybe? Was it a dragonborn? And the one
Lizard
that isn't
kid.
holding onto the shoulder says, yeah.
You guys look
Yeah,
pretty hurt.
that's. Oh yeah, they came in here and we were trying to make them tea and trying to make them feel at home, but they just attacked us. But I see that you're not quite like that.
Actually, I can heal
And then
you.
there was a little dwarf man. You can?
How injured
Well,
do they look?
They got a few scrapes, bruises.
Okay.
Nothing that'll impact them probably next week.
No. But when you walk closer to the pile, you feel like a little bit drowsy, but it subsides.
Upon this feeling, Pavu will back away, start to give them a wide berth, and head toward the door on the other side of the room.
The older one said, "Yeah, they started fighting with us, and then the lizard one made us pull out this bag of dust and made us go to Sleepy Town." Oh man.
Well, as beat up as
Haters.
y'all look, I would recommend y'all get some sleep. If my friends here don't want to heal you a bit.
Oh no, I
No,
can't.
we're fine. It's just a couple of scrapes, nothing too bad. How rude am I? I'm John Cook. I cook around the lab. And the bigger, the one that grabbed onto the small one's shoulders, says, "Oh shoot, how rude of me. I'm Aaron Styles, and you notice that they aren't wearing the normal bugbear stuff. Aaron Styles is wearing a little tuxedo. John Cook's wearing a little chef's garb. I'm Aaron
So these
Styles.
are sharply dressed bugbears.
And also very nice bugbears, because normally bugbears are just absolutely terrible, just hostile creatures.
Yeah, they're not generally super friendly, but you know.
And the other one that hasn't really been talking says, "Oh, Frank, I'm sorry. I'm Jamie Green. I tend to the plants in the conservatory, and this little bugger is Chrissy. Freaking Chrissy. She really isn't a big fan of people recently. And
Well, considering
Chrissy-
what y'all look like right now, what seems to have happened to you, I wouldn't blame her.
Yeah, I agree entirely. Uh, I heard something bad was happening earlier, way back in the conservatory. Is everything fine? I
The
heard
conservatory has
earlier.
been taken over by pink crystals which are infesting the laboratory.
What?
And the laboratory is hurtling toward the planet, so we are currently attempting to stop it. Now,
Oh my.
Pavo
In
takes a
fact-
look at the door. How's the light looking?
In fact, I would consider it might be best if you
the light's
along
green.
with us for now, so as not to get caught in the crystal as everything turns to it.
You hear Lucas chime through the pendant. Oh, they should be fine. The airlock stopped the crystal, for the most part.
He acts
Unless,
as
of
if we
course,
trust him.
We clearly
How
don't.
cute.
We've said this multiple times.
Like,
And
repeatedly.
yes.
So do I need to bash my way through this door, or...
No, it's green. It's green.
Okay. I would suggest y'all come with us.
I mean, okay.
Well, I'm
sure,
heading
though?
this way now.
Wow, now we have 5 extra things following us.
Yes.
Yep. It's all good. Alright, what do I
quite
see
the
as I
action
crank
economy
open the
right
door
up
to the
our
next
butts.
room? I
see
see
it
2
slightly-
doors.
Yeah, it's like another one of those arcane airlocks, but just ever so slightly bigger. There's a
Ever
plaque
so
over
slightly.
the
This
left.
place is massive.
Right?
Yeah, ever so slightly. The plaque.
Yeah, like it's
Oh,
100
dang,
feet
what was
across
that?
and 40 feet wide.
Oh, that's you measuring. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
me
what
measuring.
the heck was that? I'm like, what is going on? Am I
yeah,
going to have to start dodging stuff here?
It's 100 feet across and 45 feet deep. That is a
Right,
massive
quite big.
airlock.
Freaking Master
Yes.
Blaster flashbacks here. Nah,
The one
dude,
on
it's
the
Lost
left
Fight
has-
Star Wars Old Republic, and the dodging of AoEs is ridiculous in that freaking fight.
The door on the left is frozen over, and you see a plaque next to it that says temperature augmentation chamber. And you see on the right, gravity augmentation chamber, and that door is not frozen over.
Oh,
Huh, I think
I
I'm
can-
going through the temperature chamber.
I can remove the ice.
Most certainly.
Hold on, is it like stuck frozen?
I can bash
If
it
it is,
back.
Just frozen
it wouldn't
over.
matter.
I mean, I can also just instantly remove the ice. I have shape water.
It too.
Is it a cantrip?
So who is?
Yeah.
Oh,
let me
frick! I
check,
missed
actually.
something.
Because if it's not,
Oh,
don't
dang it,
worry
it's
about
his
it.
at
I'll just
will
bash it
because
open
My
he's-
with
at will, yeah.
It's his
Oh,
at
nice.
will because he's a water genasi.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, you can try that then.
Water gone, or ice gone.
I missed something earlier before. I was supposed to play another song before you went into the other airlock with the hugbears. Right, the voice sings in the same way as last time, and it says, "I saw beyond the universe, far past the places we should see. But for my vision I was cursed, torn from my home and family, lost to my crystal kingdom." That was supposed to happen before you went into the airlock with the bugbears.
Ah.
And after the bedroom
So-
sequence. Got it.
Right, yes.
Which
So who's the last?
would Desiree let us know about what I'm calling the viewport?
The
Yeah, probably.
viewport.
Right.
What?
The mirror with the giant emerald in it.
The compact. The compact.
Oh, yeah,
Compact
she would
mirror
have
with
told
emerald
you
in it.
about it. She would have showed it to you.
Yeah. Who was the last person? Wait.
And
Who was the last person to go to the ice store?
Yeah, I still.
that should probably be Drizzle. Or,
Drizzle. Where is it?
since Drizzle is the squishy one here.
um.
Yeah, the
you
question is
hear a-
Pavu going in ahead of Desiree?
Well, since you've
Um,
put Desiree ahead of Pavu every single time, it looks like it's not happening.
I mean, I could totally
Uh,
move and have you in the front if you want.
I-
You're the one with the massive
I
shield.
tried to establish Pavu as being in the front since he's the one with the shield at the start of this whole ordeal, but You kept going first.
Desiree is impatient.
Yeah. Drizzle. As
She's also the one breaking
Desiree
every door, so.
yeah. Drizzle. As
Even
Desiree
still, we
and
should let
Pavu
we should let the organic wall
Can
go
y'all let
first.
Xavier speak?
Well, then go for it.
Drizzle, as Pavu and Desiree start bashing at the wall, I guess. Not at the wall, at the ice-covered door. You hear like a super smooth, soothing male voice. It says, "Turn around."
Only Drizzle hears it?
Yes, only Drizzle. You guys aren't hearing this.
Kind of afraid to turn
Interesting.
around now.
I wonder if I should turn around.
Drizzle will
What?
turn around.
You see about your height, like in the middle of this room, a small white rift has just opened, and the small shard of pink tourmaline starts falling down, and it sort of goes into like slow-mo, and you hear the voice in your head say, "You can save them. Grab the shard."
Oh shit. I guess.
It's not going to hurt you at all since we're in our suits.
Yeah. I'm going to grab the shard. Drizzle will sprint and just do like a dive to grab the shard before it like falls and hits the ground.
Oh boy. Once you grab the shard and close your fists around it, you hear in your head in a completely different voice. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. And the shard that you just grabbed explodes.
So I take
in your
it Desiree
hand.
just simply did not notice him
No,
turn
you
around
didn't
at
notice he turned
all.
around. You were kind of busy busting at that door. The crystal sort of shatters in your hand, and you feel your fingertips starting to go numb
That can't be good.
as it slowly starts rising up your fingers. And Noel turns around from talking to the bugbears and says, "Oh God, he's crystallizing!" And you notice your fingertips are starting to turn pink.
Oh, this does not feel nice. Oh yeah, is my glove?
In other words, the suits don't work.
Wait, did like the?
Yeah.
Well, no, the shard shattered.
It was like
ripped
it's like
the
holding
suit.
a grenade, kind of.
Yes, basically.
So like
the
the glove
shrapnel
part
just
of my
chopped
suit
up
kind of
his-
got exploded off.
Yeah, sort of. The glove part of your suit just got shredded, and your hand is slowly starting to turn into crystal.
Guys.
Desiree turns around, heads to Drizzle, and looks at the situation. Well, I think I can manage to save you, but I don't
Wait.
think you're gonna like how.
Actually, I have a question. Since the crystal is earth, am I able to use mold earth to remove that limb?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so.
Does Turth have
It is
greater
magical
restoration
crystal.
yet, or what level is that? What spell level is that?
I have no idea, to be honest. I don't think so. No.
I'll look it up.
So yeah, Drizzle's.
Xavier, take a look on his sheet.
Oh right.
We have a cleric, damn it. He might not
Yes,
be here,
right,
but
right,
we have
right,
a
right.
cleric.
Yes.
It is a 5th level spell, so he won't have it until next level.
Damn.
We have to hit 9. Have to hit 9th level.
Yeah. Yeah, Drizzle's fingers are starting to crystallize. And
He also
is
needs
now
100 gold
halfway
worth
up
of
his
diamond
palm.
dust.
And his hand is halfway up. The crystal's now halfway up his palm.
Ooh.
Desiree says, "Sorry about this, you're not gonna like this," and swings her axe at the arm to cut it off above the crystal.
So just the top part of his palm.
So at the elbow?
Are you aiming for his elbow? Or the top part of his
like-
palm.
No,
I'm
wrist.
cutting it up above
Wrist,
where the thing
Aim at the
is.
wrist.
We can always get it
So at the
restored later.
It can be restored.
All right.
can fix
roll
this
to
later.
Hit Drizzle. Roll to hit Drizzle.
I swear, if you miss.
Well, is he willing to take the hit?
Actually, yeah, I'm willing.
If he's willing, then we shouldn't have to roll.
I'm just gonna stick my arm out.
So do you want me to
Just sort
actually
of
roll?
see
Because
what
I'm literally just hacking it off.
I'm willing, so I don't.
And on a willing target.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a willing target, and I'm not really gonna make you roll damage. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not trying to kill him, just hack off the arm or where it needs to, so
also,
it doesn't
don't
turn to
forget that-
crystal.
I think the hand is all you need
Oh,
to do.
also, mind you,
Oh yeah,
I forgot to
which hand is
mention,
this? Is it just dominant, or is it just random?
Which arm has the bracer on the wrist?
The bracer?
Yeah,
that's like
the bureau balance bracer.
bureau thing, right?
Did you grab the thing
Yeah.
with the bracered arm or the other arm?
I'd assume the.
Because the director asked you to put the bracer on your non-dominant arm.
Oh, okay. Then the bracer's on his right.
All right.
So I'm hacking
So
off
you
his
grabbed
left.
it with your left.
Shit, that's his
That's
dominant
it.
arm.
Yeah.
Or his dominant hand.
Well, sorry, dude.
So you chop it off.
Drizzle's hand is gone.
Drizzle is short
Drizzle's
one hand.
hand's gone, and I'll roll a d8 and take that much damage from my blood loss.
Is there still suit left
Pavu.
for Pavu to grab onto
Yeah, probably
to catch the hand?
Sleeve.
Pavu will
you
catch
have-
the falling hand by the sleeve, by the suit sleeves. He's not touching.
You have everything. You have all your suit. It's just that Drizzle's glove part of his suit got shredded, and the
Correct.
crystal got through.
I'm aware.
Pavu, is there a way you could sear this arm so that he doesn't lose blood and die?
Yeah, this kind of hurts.
Hearing it's
Give
gonna
me
hurt like a
second.
bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could totally use heat metal on my axe or something. And
No, I
since
can't use
the
heat
handle's
metal.
not technically heat metal.
I can use heat
I
metal.
cannot use heat metal. We can't use transmutation spells because of the suits.
That. No transmutation.
Pavu will cast firebolt in his hand and hold it against Drizzle's wrist.
Pavu has firebolt? Oh,
Yep,
right. You took that
I
feat
purchased
to get it.
firebolt from the artificer in the bureau.
Interesting.
I could also go the more extra route and use flaming sphere.
You got produce flame? Use that.
Druidcraft is able to produce flames. I don't think I have.
Druidcraft can light a campfire or something, but it can't produce a flame the same way.
Fair enough.
I mean, if I cast firebolt, do I have to let it go immediately?
I mean, you could essentially fire it directly at his wrist or whatever.
Yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm
right
casting
there.
firebolt and just not letting it go and holding it against the wrist.
Or could I just heal it to make it grow over? Like to make skin grow over it like a nub?
Yeah. We
I mean,
Well, my
we're
lay on
going to
hands
repair
pool,
it
we can do
later,
that.
so...
yeah. Yeah, we well, yeah, there's the question, would lay on hands restore a severed part?
Lay on hands
No.
wouldn't technically restore a severed part. It would only heal
No.
over a bit.
It would only
Mm-hmm.
heal him, yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said,
Keep in mind, Lay on
you're gonna
Hands is
take
a
D8.
level 1 ability, so it's... It can heal it can cure poison or freaking disease, but it's not going to do that. Oh, look at that! He only
You
took 1
take
damage.
3 damage, Drizzle.
3? That said 1.
Crystal. Plus 2 because of the crystal and crystallizing. I don't think you know this.
Well,
but
it wouldn't be
crystallizing
because of the
hurts.
crystallizing, it would be because of the severed hand.
Well,
No,
the severed hand and the
crystallizing
crystallizing
still
both.
deals damage.
Yes. That was crystallizing damage, and you'll take roll damage for your axe, and I'll divide that in half.
Oh shit. Oh,
Because
hey.
adrenaline would numb the pain, kind of.
Oh.
It should be quite a bit lower than half damage because
Like,
she's
I'm
not
not
trying to kill him with it.
deal damage.
Yeah, that
I
is a
could've
surgical
used
area.
that kind of damage roll on an enemy. Freaking 27 on a regular, not even a crit,
Alright.
man.
So that's
Lord.
so that's 13. 13. You know what? Take 7.
Take 7? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Round
more
up from a
legit.
quarter. Yeah.
And
I
we,
I mean,
we
losing a
say
hand is not going to feel good.
and we say another 3 from cauterizing with firebolt.
You're gonna cauterize with fireball. Okay, go ahead. So again, willing. So I'm not gonna make you roll to hit.
Yeah, I'm just casting
roll damage
firebolt
on
in my
firebolt.
hand, and then
Yeah,
Fireball
roll damage
does
on firebolt.
2d8s at this point, or is it 2d10?
2d10.
2d10,
Oh, boy.
and we half it.
I'll also
You're
make
trying to
a quarter for that,
graze
too.
his hand, so...
Whoa, that's not right.
Huh?
That was
What?
close. For Foundry thought for some reason. That's definitely not right.
2d100 or something.
No, it was about to cast 4d10.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I'm not at
Ooh, man.
17th level.
Good lord.
I can't change that. Feck. Whatever.
So 2d10. I'll just roll it. What's your spell casting modifier or whatever?
5.
7.
Uh,
7
keep in
plus
mind
5 for a 12.
Wait,
For
7?
It wouldn't...
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
wait.
Yeah, 2d10.
It would be cast with your charisma, wouldn't it? Because you got
Yeah.
it from sorcerer or from wizard?
Neither. I purchased it straight.
Yeah, but it still comes from one of theirs.
Yeah,
Generally, when
he
you
bought
acquire
it.
one like that.
He bought it from Leon.
Who is an artificer.
Yes.
I just have it as
So,
ability
what's the
modifier
artificer
default.
Spell cast modifier.
Yeah,
Like
but
wisdom,
generally
That
right?
would be
what I mean is-
intelligence.
Is it intelligence?
What I mean is, typically, when you acquire a spell from another class using a feat or some other method that's not a class feature, it uses the spellcasting ability modifier of whatever class it came from.
Right. So just use your intelligence.
Well, that's even.
That's what-
So.
So
Well, I
let's-
think Firebolt can come from Sorcerer as well,
It
so
can.
he could technically use it with Charisma.
he did get but he got it from an artificer, not a sorcerer. So it would be
Intelligence.
so just
With
So you
with
have
his
no
with his
bonuses for
big old book,
intelligence?
he probably has all. He probably has.
Well, it's a Sorcerer and Wizard.
He
spell,
probably
so-
has scrolls of these spells for pretty much anything, for pretty much anybody.
Just God,
Yeah, sure.
Just
Yeah, sure, whatever.
cauterize the wound.
roll with We're trying to figure out how to do that.
Well, I mean, it's DM discretion. You simply say, okay, you use that and cauterize the wound.
Yeah, but I still want to make him kind of do damage because you are kind of hurting him by burning. Like, tell me cauterizing a wound wouldn't hurt.
It hurts like a motherfucker, yeah, but it's not going to kill you. It's meant to stop you from dying from the
It
blood
hurts
loss.
if you're
Right.
a pussy little bitch.
You know what? Never mind. Just take
I'm joking. Just
2.
like
2?
have him take a couple damage. and
Yeah, I was
deal with it,
thinking,
you know,
like 3
Yeah,
damage.
take 2.
it's not like
Sure.
trying to actually cause harm here.
Yeah, plus
Just
it's
trying
a
to
very
see
But again,
small
it does
area.
hurt though.
Got it. That's,
It does hurt though.
I'm missing 20
So yeah,
health
just
now.
do- Oh dang. So yeah, I'm assuming you'd probably bust through the ice by now.
Yep.
Inside you see Killian and Carrie, but you do not see Boyland.
I don't know who these
Dwarf.
people are, so
Well,
they
Killian
were-
was the orc.
Oh,
Killian was the orc, Carrie's the dragonborn, and
Are
And we
these
don't see
enemies?
the dwarf.
No, remember we met them
No,
before?
No.
these
No,
are
they were
friends
the,
from the bureau.
except they
Yeah,
hurt
those
the
are the,
bugbears, who were very nice, so they're enemies to Desiree.
No, don't fight him here. Especially not
So
after-
Desiree's a little pissed.
Hey,
uh,
can I ask
And
them why
Killian
they
says-
said bugbears?
what?
Desiree is picking up the orc and questioning her. What the hell do you think it's okay to hurt them like that, huh?
Hurt who? Hurt who?
The bugbears in there. Why do you think it's okay to hurt them?
They went to attack us because we busted in through the vent, and we weren't supposed to be in there, they said. So, I plead
Sounds like
self-defense.
you're in the wrong.
What?
Sounds to me like you were the one in the wrong.
Now we're working together, and you're accusing me of being in the wrong?
I'm not accusing
Whatever.
you. I'm telling you, you were in the wrong.
Pavu will pat Desiree on the shoulder. Des, they broke into the room whenever they weren't expected. We just walked in.
Dude, is Killian above your shoulders and can she see over you? Or are you just holding her up to eye level?
Oh, she's well up in the air. I'm holding her up by the neck. I have her basically held. I have my hand basically tightened just enough that she can still talk.
But it hurts.
But she's not gonna fall through.
Oh, yeah. She looks behind you and sees Drizzle behanded, and she says, "What the heck happened to him? What happened?"
Pavel will raise his other hand, of which he has Drizzle's hand, which is crystallizing.
So Desiree
crystallized at that point.
So Desiree keeps the orc in hand.
Oh, you should probably get rid of that.
Desiree,
I'm not letting it touch the ground.
There's a window right there.
So
Into
Desiree,
space.
Huh?
Are we not in space falling toward the fucking planet?
You're above the Stillwater Sea, so throwing it in there would probably...
Yes, that would defeat the entire purpose.
Right, yes.
So Desiree, still
right.
orc, walks over and grabs, what did you say the other one was? A Dragonborn or something?
Yes.
Yeah, carries the Dragonborn.
Picks that one up, walks back out to the bugbears, and says, "Now apologize, assholes."
The older bugbear says, "Are you talking to us?"
No, I'm talking to these idiots in my hands.
Because we kind of did attack first.
Oh. Well, that's
pretty territorial.
Still, this could have all been solved if they had bothered to stop and talk instead of immediately fighting.
Sounds to me like the bugbears were the ones that didn't bother to stop and talk and immediately started fighting. They even admitted such.
Desiree turns around with the two in her hand and says, "These two could have said, 'Stop. We're not here to hurt anyone or fight.' Apparently, they didn't do that, did they?" And
they're being confronted by 4 bugbears. I wouldn't want to fight 1, let alone 4.
We never said that.
I don't want to fight them either. And I turn back and say, "Now apologize to them."
And you of all people, knowing how many caves we've cleared out, should know that bugbears are generally not nearly as friendly as these ones.
No, they're not. Now apologize to them.
Oh, man.
Desiree has one-track mind
You're
here.
making me feel ashamed.
While this whole fiasco is going on, Pavu is going to take the hand out to the airlock.
Oh, Lord. Poor Drizzle's going to have his
yeah,
hand flushed out to use greater restoration.
No, he's just going to throw it out. He's just going to throw it out the door to the other side of the airlock.
Right.
Just
you could throw it in.
Look at his nub.
Alright, yeah.
Let me know whenever I start encountering Crystal.
Yeah, you throw down the hand and it starts to crystallize. The floor starts to
I throw
crystallize.
down. I will only throw down the hand either once I get to the other side of the airlock with the pillar, or whenever I start encountering Crystal inside.
I was going to say, yeah, like, I would go all the way
Crystal
to where
inside
it's
would
still
have all the way
crystallizing.
back to the crystallizing in the building would be all the way back to the well, what the heck would be all the way back in the conservatory.
Okay. So I don't need to be nearly as worried. So I will.
No.
So I will throw the hand down in the room with the pillar.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you do that, and the floor starts to crystallize.
And I make sure that I close every single door on the behind me.
Right. Yeah. So we got Drizzle with a nublet, and inside the temperature alteration room, there's a door leading out.
Okay, are these two going to apologize, or am I just going to carry around a Dragonborn and an Orc all day?
Oh shoot! I thought I said sorry already. Killian says, "We're sorry for breaking into your room. We really didn't mean to." And the older one says, "Well, I'm sorry too. I really did mean to. I don't know what happened. I'm never normally this rude. It's since freaking ever since
Desiree slowly lowers the two in her hands to the ground as he's talking.
I'm trying to find the name. All right. Ever since James Butler left, he was always the one that was sort of calm, and he was the calm, the collected one of us. He would make sure we didn't punch someone that we weren't supposed to. Wonder what happened to him. Anyway, that's all right. I'm sorry too.
Desiree says, just pats those two on the shoulder now that she's set him down and says, "All right, was that so hard? Now, let's continue on because we have a world to save." And heads back into the room.
And a friend who doesn't have an arm.
And who doesn't have a hand?
Boy.
He still has his arm.
I was gonna say,
he doesn't have any
his arm
hands.
is
That's
still
what I meant.
there. He was missing a hand.
That's what I meant. Yeah, he's missing a hand.
On his way past the
you're
bugbears,
continuing in that
Pavu will take a moment and say, "There was a moment where I felt kind of drowsy whenever I was inside of the room with you guys. What was that about?"
Oh, that must have been some remnants of the magic dust they used on us to knock us out.
All right.
So,
So,
yeah,
what is
we'll
it we
leave it at
see
that
in
and
this
continue
room besides the Orc and the Dragonborn now that Desiree has put them down? And we've
No,
done
yeah,
You
that.
totally
see
forgot to put
a
that wall
few.
down. Oh wait,
You
no, it's
see-
not that you forgot to put the wall down. It's that we have observation permissions on these bugbears.
Oh, excuse me. Huh?
Um.
I don't see that.
Yeah, inside just a trap.
Whenever I
frozen
click
over
anywhere
trash
that's
can.
not Pavu, it shows me what the bugbears can see.
Whatever. That's weird. Yeah, you just see a frozen over trash can and a fire extinguisher hanging on the wall. The whole room is kind of like icy.
Nothing else
And you
of
see on
note,
the wall
though?
thermostat. Nah. Actually, you see the corpses of 2 giant tardigrades.
Yeah, I was about to say no corpses.
Yeah.
Well, Desiree's going to
yeah, just
inspect the
2
corpses.
Yeah, it looks like one was shot with a crossbow bolt, the other was stabbed with a dagger, both of which Carrie and Killian have.
Yeah, I figured that
So
much.
yeah, you'd assume it was them.
Is there anything useful on them? Aside from
No,
the
they're
crossbow
just-
bolt.
They're jelly bears. There's nothing
they're
useful
jelly
on them.
They're
They're
jelly bears.
extremely squishy. They
And
they
also
might be able to
extremely
survive
resilient.
in space for a short time, but
So
they can't take physical damage for shit.
Okay, so do I have to bash my way through the next doors, or
No, the next door is green. The next door is a little frozen over, but Noel pulls out a little flame, just like a very super small flamethrower, and just blasts
Alright.
it
No,
at
you
the
don't
door.
need to
and
do
it
that.
melts.
The word you are looking for is torch. Like a gas torch.
all right? So everybody's just gonna plop on these benches here.
The bugbears plop down, and I'm just saying they're plopping down just so I don't have to drag around freaking a huge amount of tiles all over the place.
So many tokens.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
suggest to them that they plop on the other side. Sorry, you have to move them one more time. Because the crystal's coming from that side, so if they're sitting there, they may not see it in time to get away.
The female says,
They'll probably
yeah,
be fine for another little while. The crystal hasn't even reached the pillar room yet.
Still, we don't know how
run
long
down
this will
to
take.
place the hand there.
Okay, so...
Oh, wait, that's right. Yeah.
What about these doors? I see...
It hadn't naturally reached the pillar room.
I see 3 doors into other places that aren't essentially where we came from.
All right.
And then, of course, the one into the room that we decided to not go to because...
Right.
Nope.
Okay, so at the end of the room right there is an elevator that right now is off. Here on the right, there's a door. It's red, and on the plaque, and it says Cosmoscope. And on this door, it has a plaque that says Medbay.
Medbay, huh?
Well, that's where we're going.
Are you going first?
Naturally.
Oh yeah, Drizzle probably should have mentioned how the crystal thing happened.
Well, you don't have to.
I mean, at this point, we're just kind of assuming something went very, very wrong, and we don't have a lot of time to discuss it.
Oh,
so,
yes,
we will question what happened when we're done.
Before he opens this shield, before he opens this door, Pavel will raise his shield.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing in here but a bunch of hospital-like beds.
Wasn't Lucas supposed to be in here?
Yes, he was.
To the north, there's another set of doors.
I'm going to get on the stone thing and ask, hey, Lucas, aren't you supposed to be in Medbay?
Yeah, I'm in the back room. And the door... Give me a second, I'll be right out. And the door just opened. And Lucas...
Desiree pulls out both of her axes, ready to just wreck him. Because she don't trust a piece of crap.
Yeah. Whoa,
Lucas walks out and he's got a bandage on his head that's a little bit bleedy. And he says, "Whoa, why do you have your weapons out?"
Because we don't trust you.
Why do you have a robot which is meant for children, which has access to flamethrowers in the room and an aggressive mode, and no viable off switch nearby?
Or at all.
At all, yeah. For a scientist, you're pretty fucking stupid.
I never programmed an aggressive mode, let alone gave him access to the freaking... What the... Why is it like that?
And you made it very difficult to destroy while it was still in your lab.
Well, that was the
nowhere
point.
near the final product.
Be sold. It's not supposed to be destroyed. It's going to be an expensive toy. It's not supposed to be destroyed.
Well, it's not in great shape right now.
Oh, come on. You broke it.
You could suck it up
Not
and try to
entirely.
Fine. What happened to him? And points towards Drizzle.
I was about to mention.
No hand.
When we were going over that frosted over door, I heard a voice tell me to look behind myself, and then a white rift opened up and a crystal started falling out of it. And then it told me you can save them, so I dove to get it, and then it exploded and shredded the glove on my suit, which exposed my hand.
What does Desiree find in the closet?
You could at least let Drizzle finish.
Sorry.
Oh, I forgot to make Drizzle roll a Constitution saving throw after the axe chopped his hand off. Like consciousness, I forgot to make him roll. So just roll that now, I guess.
Constitution.
Because your arm did get chopped off, and some people would pass out if they got their arm chopped off. Hand chopped off.
Well, that's true. We are adventurers, and we're supposed to get damaged on a regular basis.
No, but not have their hand chopped off.
5.
Ooh.
Yeah, you passed out. Yeah, you're passed out.
I guess I'll pass.
So
it on.
Desiree is carrying Drizzle over her back.
Drizzle's slung over his shoulder, and yes, what happened to him?
We're not really sure. We just know his hand was crystallizing, his glove was blown open and wasn't protecting him. And so we removed the hand.
Plop him on
Desiree
one of those
plops
beds,
him in the
and-
bed.
Yeah, thanks. I think I got a fix for that, and he goes into the back room and starts shuffling around some things, and he comes back out with a potted plant and a syringe, and Drizzle, do you drool while you sleep?
No. Drizzle does not drool in his sleep.
Drizzle just sweats
No?
in his
Alright.
sleep. And in his waking.
No, this is part of
And
his natural
basically all the
secretions as a
time.
water genasi. He's always doing this.
Genasi are always moist.
His mouth is drizzling. He has also got in his hand a little specimen cup, and he scoops a little bit of sweat or whatever off his forehead, and he dumps the sweat into the potted plant, and then pulls the plant out and rinses the dirt off the roots of the plant. And you see the plant sort of resisting it, like it's not wanting to be pulled out of the pot, it's not wanting to be rinsed off. And then he just, and you notice it kind of looks like a hand, and he just, he takes a scalpel and cuts into the cauterization you made, Pavo, and just shoves the roots into the hole.
So now Drizzle has a plant hand?
Roll a Constitution saving throw, Drizzle, just real quick.
Okay.
This time with advantage.
Oh,
I mean, disadvantage.
He's
Wait.
already
Since you're passed
asleep. He automatically fails saving throws. Oh wait, it's only strength and dex.
Well,
Never
this
mind.
saving throw is to see if he wakes up, how long it
wait,
takes for
so
him
did
to
you
wake
say
up.
normal, disadvantage, or advantage?
Disadvantage,
Disadvantage, got it.
because you are out.
That is a 10. Oh, 9.
9. Yeah. It takes you 10 minutes to get up. Yeah, just a couple minutes, and you wake up and you see you have now a plant arm.
Hold on. Can I use
Which has some.
would I be able to use plant growth on it to make my hand huge?
Dude. Yes.
Technically. And you also get a few other things, if I can find it. Where is it? There it is. Your hand is now made of soul wood, which using the sweat is now connected to you, connected to you.
What the fuck?
So you can control it like your normal hands, and you will now have disadvantage on all sleight of hand checks, but you can take your hand off and throw it, and you're still able to move it, sort of like Thing from Addams Family.
What the? That's really cool.
That's
Yeah, but you will have disadvantage on all sleight of hand checks from now on, though, using that hand.
I was gonna say, if he's using that hand.
I'm curious how that.
Yeah.
I'm curious how that's going to work with.
But it
his
is his
wild
dominant
shape.
hand, so
Yeah, how does that
Yeah,
work?
right?
Does the hand wild shape also into the animal I turn into? What's the animal?
I don't.
If I turn
don't
into
know.
a bear, is it like a wooden bear claw?
Clearly there wasn't
actually pretty
a
cool
druid involved in the original campaign.
Hmm. Yeah, and instead of attacking with claws, you leave thorns embedded into the enemy.
Yeah, you know what? Sure, it wild shapes to change with whatever animal you
Is that
have,
like an
but it
item for
is
this,
still
so I can
going to be
keep
wood.
track?
Well, it's not going to have any effects or anything.
Except for
other than
disadvantage
the
on sleight of
throwing.
hand.
Fair enough.
And
Yeah.
disadvantage on sleight of hand.
So yeah, I mean,
which
you could make an
you
item.
make an item, but it really wouldn't matter.
If I had to take
Lucas
a guess,
says-
add under consumables.
Consumable.
That might be the closest
Consumables?
thing.
You're not eating your arm.
Maybe equipment then?
Equipment. Yeah, maybe equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you do that, Lucas says,
Equipment, weapons, something of the sort.
You
Lucas
said
says,
soulwood hand,
I was,
right?
I was attacked by one of those crystal things, and that's what this is all about. So now we just gotta get it back out from whence we came, and we should, and somehow
What we
stop the
need to do is
crystallization.
stop this base from crashing into the
Yes,
planet.
I am aware, and we've got
Not just bug out.
2.5 hours for the time being. And he says, you're probably wondering why I was using the relic, huh?
Because you're a stupid scientist
Well,
who didn't bother
that's
to.
a little rude.
Well, it's given what I've seen throughout this entire base, it's accurate.
Mm.
You are not very wise. You are very messy. Certainly no
How would you
science.
know that?
Certainly not like any scientist I've ever met. Any other scientist I would have met would have taken every single precaution available. Especially for something like, I don't know, a robot that has flamethrowers in the room. No, you make a room that is
He wasn't supposed to
dedicated
be
for that,
connected
and
to
then
the-
not keep the
He wasn't
fucking
supposed
robot
to-
in that room.
He wasn't supposed to be connected to it. I was testing to see if he was resistant to the flames.
You don't connect
Either
such
way.
a thing to... There's an air gap. It's called an air gap. You don't leave such systems able to connect to threatening systems.
I'm not a freaking computer scientist. I make robots.
Apparently,
My mother was
Pabu
the one
is.
that-
It's also called a physical
Yeah.
switch. Or a knob. Something of the sort that it cannot
The
connect to.
physical switch was on the control panel, though. Whatever. Like I said, you're probably wondering what I was using the Philosopher's Stone for. Follow me. And he starts, had the wrong thing up. And he starts walking towards the entrance to the So he walks out. He walks into the main room, sees the bugbears, Gary and Killian, and Noel, and he says, "Why are there so many people in the waiting room?"
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because there's a wave of
Possibly
crypto that's
because
trying to hit us all.
Because we're good at making friends.
Possibly because the entire place is trying to turn into crystal, and we don't want them to. We don't want them hurt.
Yeah, sure. And he opens up the door to the Cosmoscope room and walks in, and you see.
So,
What? Why?
at some point,
No,
I
fine.
inspected the closet and the back room. Did I find anything useful, like healer's kits and stuff?
The closet in the back room. The closet had a bunch of like bandages and scalpels and stuff, and on the other side of the room was one of those null suit chambers that you saw at the beginning.
So I'm
And
gonna
he-
take out the bandages and take them with me, and give
All right.
a chunk of them to the bugbears who are all beat up, and have the other two in there bandage them up. And then I'm going to take a null suit and get it to Drizzle so that he can have one that's
Shove Drizzle in the null suit
complete.
chamber.
All right. So yeah, you get undressed, and Lucas says, "Okay, are we ready to see the reasoning now, or are we just playing dress up?"
Lucas has her axes out. Is Pavu ahead of her, or
Yeah. Why is the door shut?
don't know?
Drizzle gets lost for a second and then figures out where you guys.
This is the Cosmoscope. This shows us our planar system. It will probably be better to explain it like this. I am obsessed with the science of hierarchy, that for everything there is something that's bigger that encapsulates it. Let's take, for example, my lab, for example, and the middle disc sort of zooms in, and you look at it and you see the lab. He says, "Okay, this is my lab," and he zooms out, sort of does the iPhone 2-finger pinch. does the iPhone 2-finger pinch, and he says, "This is the Stillwater Sea." Zooms out some more. "This is the Sword Coast." He zooms out a little bit more. "Faerun." Zooms out. "This is our planet, Beer Tyrol." He does more zooming, and he zooms out our solar system, our galaxy, our cluster, our supercluster, and here. And you see a bunch of circular disks orbiting around. No, just normal spheres, which you're looking at in a crystal disk. And
well, no, what I mean as
planet.
You expand out of the cosmology of Dungeons and Dragons universe, it basically expands out, and everything is contained within crystal spheres inside of the phlogiston.
Well, no. The crystal sphere, Lucas says, the crystal spheres just allow us to peer into the other dimensions. There's one for water, one for earth, one for water, shadow, light, that sort of thing. And this is what I was studying and why I needed the Philosopher's Stone. Because the only way you can see this is to have perfect discs. Like, not cut, it has to be grown perfect spheres, perfect discs, and a specific gemstone in order to look at the specific planes. So I thought it would be easier.
Gemstone like growing in circles.
That's why it's so hard, and why I needed the Philosopher's Stone, so I can make it. Of course, I'm missing the astral plane. Wait, am I missing? Yeah, I am missing the astral plane, which is where we all go when we die. Basically, we die and our souls get transported to the astral plane. So
Pavu will peer into the green sphere.
Inside the green sphere, you see a bunch of like mountains. There's no grass, no nothing, just a bunch of mountains. And he says,
"Plane of Earth."
Yeah, the plane of the Earth plane, and Lucas starts to say, and the question you're probably wondering, what's bigger than? And then everything sort of seems to freeze, and you hear a raspy voice, sort of like in each of your heads, and in the center of the room say, "What's bigger than this?" And you look to the center of the room, and you see the red robe from Petals to the Metal.
You again.
We were told to stay away from you.
Desiree readies the axes to strike.
All right. So you're striking or not?
I said readies them.
Okay.
She hasn't decided yet.
The red robe doesn't move, and he just sort of waves his hands towards all the discs, and he says, "This is the power it seeks, the power of creation itself. A billion lives have been destroyed by this hunger and pursuit of power." And he waves over to a sort of like trash bin next to the lectern that Lucas was speaking to you at, and a bunch of papers fall out, and then a small disc of like black opal with a small disc. It's a small dark black disc with a bunch of other colors specks in it. It starts to shake, and then a black cloud emerges, and then the cloud begins to creep, and one by one starts eating the discs, and around it until it hits the center disc, and it absorbs it, and a light flies out of the middle disc as it starts closing in around it, and it closes it around completely, and then the fog dissipates. And when the material plane, which is the main plane in the center where you all are basically right now, you feel a little nauseous watching it being eaten, and the red robe snaps his fingers in the dark. The cloud dissipates, and he says, "There is no more running. There is no more escape. This is the world's last chance. You are the only. And then he stops and, dang it, Tirth was the one with the Umber staff. I friggin' just Tirth's in autopilot. I'm just gonna say, and Bubba, you think you would have the Umber staff in your hand actually, like just slung across your back, holding it for Tirth, basically?
Nah,
I mean, when...
Or should I just...
I mean,
there wouldn't be any real reason. Tirth was here with us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Tirth was
Yeah.
in the lab with us. It's just
So yeah,
Joker
sure.
here.
He's just in autopilot. So he points towards the Umber staff and asks towards Tirth, but I guess since Tirth isn't here, any of you guys answered, and he says, "Where did you get that?" Says
from the cave where we got the the black spider had it. We took it from him whenever we were getting the gauntlet.
no, it was
No?
on
I thought-
the red robed skeleton.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought originally.
Yeah, the red
A
robed
skeleton wearing red robes, much like yourself, had it in the cave where we found the gauntlet.
Once you say had a red robe like yourself, the ghost sort of starts shaking, and sort of red static flies off him, and he says, "What? She's dead?" And it bursts into flames and disappears. And Lucas continues his sentence of, "What's bigger than this?" And Noel's scanners. I forgot to freaking bring Noel in here. Noel is supposed to be in here. Noel's scanners.
Once again, notes.
No, I just forgot to bring her in. Noel's scanner starts going off, and she says, "Whoa, that's weird. Are any of you guys perchance a lich?"
A
No.
lich?
Yeah,
What?
lich. Cause my sensors are going haywire.
Suddenly, Nora's country.
What?
He suddenly had a country twang.
Oh, no. Noel had a twang. Noel had a twang.
Twang.
New to me.
She says, so are any of you guys like a lich or something?
No, but there's
No?
one that's been following us around.
Wait,
Uh,
what?
It's Pavu will gesture toward where the red robe was,
I've gotten close to
or
dying,
Oh,
but I
where the
don't
red
think
robed
I'm
individual
undead.
was.
So Lucas starts walking out, and he says, "I honestly don't know what's bigger than this, but I assume." once I get
Lucas
to
is
the-
entirely ignoring the conversation about the lich.
I think he was just talking to himself at this point, enraptured by himself. He says, "I have no idea what's bigger than this, but I do know. I assume that once I find once I get the last disc done, that I find out. But I guess that's not happening, is
Well,
it?"
the phlogiston is bigger than all of this. It's what all of this
The-
is contained in.
The what?
The phlogiston. You mean to tell me you study the planes and you have no idea what the phlogiston is? Come
no,
on now.
that's me going, what? That's you're the
Okay,
DM
so
going, what?
Out of character,
Out of
basically,
character, yeah.
Toril and its whole solar system and all that
Hmm.
is contained within a crystal sphere.
Yes.
Just a system and nothing bigger.
All of what Toril and its system and such is
Toral's
contained inside
universe.
of it. Yes. There are other universes also contained inside of crystal spheres. The crystal spheres are of varying sizes, hold varying amounts, but outside of the crystal spheres is the phlogiston, which is basically full on, it's its own
Mhm.
entity, and it's kind of interesting because it's the one place where a wizard cannot solve a problem with a fireball because it's super, super flammable, and a fireball launched from a wizard will immediately explode at the point of origin for 3 times the damage in 3 times the radius.
Oh boy.
Wizard
Oh,
go boom.
Mandy.
Okay? The gods actually fear the phlogiston because it is outside of the material planes, and they have no actual power there. And the thing about it is there are spelljammers and such that actually go through it and fly through it between these, essentially like these universes.
Right.
Yeah. So
So
that's what the phlogiston
yeah.
is.
That's what the phlogiston is. Lucas starts walking out of the door and he says, I'll bring you to the Philosopher's Stone. I guess the jig is up, huh? And starts walking out the door to the Cosmoscope, out of the Cosmoscope door.
Okay, so he entirely ignored what she said.
No,
Yeah, is he responding
the entire
to
time
anything?
the entire time you were talking about that stuff, he was just like, he pulled out a notebook and started writing it down.
Oh,
and
good
was like-
lord. The barbarian knows more than he does because she reads.
I mean,
Because that's
I
not
read
even
too.
like
I
that's
just
not
couldn't
even like
find that
high
yet.
end knowledge.
Yeah.
It's like
Pavu would have decent
do know-
knowledge of robots and computers and such of this caliber due to his weekend conversations with Gond.
Right.
Desiree would have
so-
that knowledge just because simple fact is she reads constantly if she's not in the forge working on something.
Where in the hell was... Yo, T, you there?
Yep.
Is Drizzle ain't following?
Sorry.
No, I thought you got
He
up
is, because if he's not paying attention, Desiree's just carrying him along.
Yeah.
Just
So-
hold on to his shoulder and just pull him along.
Just
he
guide him along. He's good.
Lucas starts walking towards the elevator. If I can get only Lucas and not Lucas and Noel. Oh,
Shift
I don't
click.
know. Yeah, I remember now. Boop boop. All right. He starts walking towards the elevator and then turns around to you, and as Killian and Carrie start like marching towards him, and the hugbears are just like passed out, like not magically passed out, they're just asleep, just sleepy, and Killian just walks up and grabs Lucas by the lapels of the lab coat and just lifts him up, and she says, "Do you understand what we all just went through?" He says, and Lucas says, I and Killian's just like, "You have no idea. You are not going anywhere near that. We are going to grab it." And
You will not touch it. That is our job.
what are you talking about? That's specifically my job. Killian and Carrie are regulators, which are meant specifically to collect people that are doing wrong against the Bureau and
To
have
collect
control of
people,
routes.
yes, not items.
Right.
I was saying it is our job to
collect.
collect the stone.
Right. Killian sets Lucas down, and she says, "You are staying right here, and they're gonna go down. I'm gonna watch you and make sure nothing happens." And Lucas is down, and Lucas is like, "Okay," and he reaches into his pocket of his lab coat, pulls out like a little remote, and says, "I'm really sorry about this." And he clicks the button. All of you make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Can I just smash Lucas because I don't trust the little shit?
I don't
Like a
think you would have
Constitution
enough
save.
time to do so. Yeah, Constitution save.
I mean, all you've said is he reaches into his pocket. I don't even know what's going on or why I'm rolling a con
He
save.
pulled out a remote and then clicked a button.
Pull that remote and
Normal?
click the button. I will explain what. Yeah, all of you. All of you roll it.
11, that's 13.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Oh boy.
I failed.
Oh, come on!
Fun.
Oh, are
Oh,
you serious?
We have 2 crit fails.
2 fails in a row. Alright. Killian and Carrie.
So we resist the magical eyes, but we can't resist this. Great.
Right.
Lucas
so-
is not going to survive when Desiree gets.
No
to it.
kidding.
So. Alright.
So what happens?
Desiree Pavu, Killian and Carrie, all just. Whatever. Noel too. All get paralyzed. Like they are. Just. You cannot move. You can't speak. You can breathe, but you can't like speak or move or anything. Drizzle, you have control of your shoulders up and, of course, your wooden hand. And Lucas starts walking towards the elevator.
Can I cast Hold Person on
And
him?
walks in. I'm not sure if you should be.
He has somatic and verbal available to
'Cause-
him.
Yeah?
And if
Alright,
he
so what
and
does
if he
Hold Person
has
do?
his focus on him, then he has material as well.
What Hold Person does.
So-
But the thing is, do you have your focus in your left hand right now? Because if you don't, then I guess your hand can get detached and grab it.
Either way, if he has it on him, then he would still be able to use it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he would
Because
have to have it in his hand. But
It's a wand. He doesn't use the wand. He doesn't like point the wand. He just has it. He keeps the wand inside of a little. Okay, so he keeps it inside of a little. What was the word?
Sheath.
No, a pot of water that he carries on his back, on his side. There's a stick in there, and that is his focus.
Focus. So. Alright, so Hold Person, I gotta make a save, right?
Yep. He needs to succeed on a Wisdom
So-
saving throw.
I'm gonna
And-
say that since you're kind of impaired and you. No, I don't think. Should I give him advantage because you're impaired or no?
No.
I'm not. I
The
don't-
spell is
maybe
still
you-
the spell.
It
If
has
he's
nothing to do with
physically
you.
Yeah,
It has
it's-
everything to do with
testing it.
him.
I know. I'm trying to think if I should give Lucas advantage on the saving throw
No,
because
because that's
No.
not how magic works.
right. No.
My
All right.
DC is-
Unless he
What
has
can-
a racial or class feature that gives him advantage on that, then no.
And given what
right.
I've seen here, he shouldn't be very wise.
My paladin on my
Whatsoever.
Saturday campaign would currently have advantage against it, but that's because she has a shield that gives her advantage against spell saves.
All right. All right. I'll roll Wisdom save. Yeah.
Yep. Wisdom.
I swear, if he
Right,
has
I
anything
couldn't find-
above a -2 in wisdom.
Nah, he actually has a +1.
Are you serious?
Bullshit.
That is a failure.
Oh, are you? Come on.
That is an epic failure, though.
He is now paralyzed. And, well,
He
he's...
drops to the floor too.
No, he doesn't really drop to the floor. He would just stop
He
moving.
just stops.
Yeah.
So how long does the holding last?
Let's see.
A minute, as long as he maintains concentration.
Yeah. So, while he stays
How am I
still,
gonna resolve this?
I want Drizzle to say, "What did you just do?"
I don't know. I severely messed up, I think.
And I wonder, am I able to like throw my wooden hand at his neck to try to like strangle him from where I am?
I think
Yes.
I think you
You
have to
just
use your
release the
to crawl
hand.
out.
Release the
release the
hand.
Actually,
Just
I'll
release
just
the
release.
hand
I'll
and it
just
will
release
crawl
the
up his
hand.
leg-like thing.
I'll release the hand to crawl up and place itself right around his neck.
If it were up to me, I would
Squeeze
have the
it
hand
so
crawl into his mouth and start to pry it apart.
Pry it apart. Oh boy.
Now,
I would have it peel
Jizzle-
his eyes out.
Jizzle will say, "I'm going to give you a few
was
seconds to
taking a
tell me
drink,
what you
dang it.
just did."
I paralyzed you. I was taking a drink, darn it. I paralyzed you with the control I made the control panels and the null suit short circuit.
And I'll give you even less time to tell me why. And I want the hand
I'll give you less time to boom.
I'll give you less time to bone.
I think
Suddenly
I'll-
deep
I'll
fried
give-
base.
The hand will. I want the hand to
I'll
squeeze
give
a
you-
little tighter
I'll give you less time to atomic
explain
bomb.
why you did this.
Oh man, alright, I'm sorry. I'm keeping that in. I'm not cutting that.
Oh yeah, I fucking love deep fried base.
Alright, I'm
Alright,
sorry, continue.
Now, what is Drizzle trying to say before
Yeah,
he
what
was
is
so
just
rudely
trying to say? I'm
called?
sorry.
So first he asked him, "I'm going to give you a few seconds to explain to me why or what you just did."
What
and
did,
after
and
he
I'm
answered,
gonna
he
give
says,
you
"Now-"
less time to, and then explosion.
Yeah. And he asked him, "Now, I'm going to give you even less time to explain to
Happened
me
again.
why."
T, I think you're hitting your mic, which is causing it to deep fry.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Happened again at the exact same point.
Okay, anyway. Drizzle is asking him why he
I'll give
did
you less
this.
time to.
Drizzle is
little
asking
much.
him why he paralyzed everybody, and now the hand's squeezing a little tighter.
I need to get down to my mother.
Your mother?
My mother.
Can I use plant growth to make it really heavy and make him fall down to the floor like a weight?
Sure.
Yeah, there's a question. Can he cast spells through this hand?
I think I actually.
I mean,
think
I
that
don't need
since
to
it's
because
detached-
it's a radius. Even if I can't.
Oh, it's a radius.
It's a
I'm
radius,
asking for later.
Ah.
I think.
Because this thing doesn't have a
What are the-
range.
What are the tags on What are the tags on plant growth?
Let me-
Like, do you have to do hand
I'm looking
movements?
him up.
Because if you need to do hand movements, then I don't. Then
Verbal and
That
somatic
require-
only, so he doesn't have to have the focus. All he has to do is a hand movement.
and
my other
say
hand?
something. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, you can. and right then the boom would make sense.
Oh. So the
Anyway,
hand will grow
And you pulled
into
it
a
again.
thick wooden ring around his neck that'll make him fall down to the ground
okay.
like a weight, so he can't get up.
All right. I'm gonna make him make a strength check.
It's
but let
probably
me
going
just
to
tell
have
you.
disadvantage. Well, actually, no. I forgot hold person. Hold on.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
also
so
He's
that's
gonna
strength
fail it
check for you.
immediately.
Doesn't he? All right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. He drops it down. Is casting another spell after the first one break concentration?
Not
So
if it
long as
doesn't
it's not
take
another concentration
Yeah,
spell.
that was another concentration. I don't think plant
Is
growth is
Plant growth concentration?
Plant
I don't
growth
think
is?
so.
Or is it?
Also, are you updating your slots? Casting these?
No, but I'm about to. I just need to figure out. Yeah, I forgot about where. I'll just.
Yeah, because if plant growth is concentration, which I doubt, then hold person would stop and then he
Okay,
can make a
then
strength check.
then
to
it
get
might
Plant
up.
stop.
growth is not concentration.
Oh, are you
Plant
sure?
growth,
It's not.
third level. Oh, he can't use plant growth.
I can't.
Why?
Transmutation.
Oh, it's transmutation.
Yep.
Then I'll just keep him paralyzed, and I'll just have it continue strangling.
That's
Well,
disappointing.
can he
That
not
is
still
disappointing.
manipulate the
That-
shape of the plant hand?
I
No,
mean,
I don't-
the plant hand
You
can
can
wild
detach it
shape
and
into
walk.
something.
Would wild shape not be transmutation, though?
That would be transmutation.
Yeah.
That would be transmutation.
Wild
That's
shape wouldn't be
literally the definition
transmutation.
of
It's just a
transmutation.
class feature.
I mean, yeah, but it's an object, so in this case in particular, it would be.
Well, either way, it wouldn't matter because
He's paralyzed anyway.
the hand is not inside of the suit with him.
Oh, that's
right.
true.
You had a
You
new
forget,
suit.
fair enough,
You had
but
a new suit.
At least he's still paralyzed from
He
the
had a
person.
new suit, but the hand has separated, so it's
Hand
not
is
in
no
the
longer
suit.
inside the suit.
Still.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So he can use transmutation at will,
Oh.
Beautiful.
so long
Wait.
as he's casting it through the hand.
I don't wait. Hold on.
I
The gloves and the sleeves are connected.
No, I think.
So I don't think
I think
the
because
hand
the
could
suit on it,
escape.
the hand would not be able to. The hand would not be
No,
able to
I don't
escape,
think it would
but
be
he's
able to
still
escape.
paralyzed at least.
To do the choking.
So you know what I can
Well,
do instead?
unless if
No,
he's
no, the hand can totally escape as long as it crawls up his arm and out the part where it disconnects at the head to close in. It's just got to crawl out an
But
exit.
the
port.
helmet is locked.
Alternatively, the hand wasn't ever put inside of the suit. The suit was put on.
True.
the-
Nothing
the-
says the hand was put inside the suit.
Yeah.
The
I'm
hand
going
was
to say
the
hand
suit was put on
the
over the
suit.
hand.
I mean, okay, we can also just go the most logical route and just say that Drizzle just undid a zipper for a brief moment to let the hand out.
Yeah,
He
the
undid his
zipper.
fly.
The zipper can undo or the hand can undo a zipper from the inside. It'll have a little bit of trouble with it getting the purchase, but
Okay, so
no, plant hand. It's not going to
the
have any
journey
issue.
from the hand from Drizzle's arm to Mr. Paralyzing Scientist man here is going to be a little awkward, but it's going to happen, I guess. Hand around his
Drizzle
neck,
should
paralyzed.
totally get the controller from him while he's paralyzed.
You know what? I think I can. And it said disadvantage,
Oh.
but he's paralyzed right now. So I'd assume that's
You're right.
back to.
Well, I mean, it's not really sleight of hand at this point. You're not trying to
It's not really sleight
hide
of
what
hand,
you're
you're
doing.
literally
Oh,
taking
Yeah,
yeah.
you're just
so-
trying to wrestle it off of him,
Hmm.
and he can't move to stop you.
So can I just take it?
He had it in his hand, and then he was hold person.
Yeah, hold
No,
person
it
It
means
would have been dropped on the
paralyzed.
ground, wouldn't it?
And the creature
Or would his
automatically
hand
fails
clench
strength
around
and
it?
dexterity saving throws while paralyzed, so there's nothing he can do to stop Drizzle from taking the remote.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Alright.
So I guess Drizzle now has the
sure.
remote. However, I can't walk to it, so I need the hand to bring it to me. Because his legs are paralyzed right now.
Yes, everything but shoulders up is paralyzed.
So all.
Well, I mean, that means his hands and arms aren't technically paralyzed because
Yeah,
they're
they're
attached
not.
up to shoulders.
Yep.
So
Yeah, his hands and.
But if he
head
were
is
to
fine.
turn his elbows, he wouldn't be able to move his elbows. He'd just be able
No.
to move the arms around the shoulders.
He could flail with his shoulders.
no,
Just
it's
slap
not
him in
how
the
it.
face.
That's not how paralyzation works.
It worked. Yeah. In
If
this
your
case-
shoulder can move, so can your arms and hands,
If it's-
unless something is specifically done to your arms or hands that prevents them from being able to function normally.
Yeah, if
No.
you're paralyzed from
Or
waist
damage
down,
That is how it
like,
works,
It comes
doesn't it?
out
Yeah,
through
so
your
it would be
shoulder.
chest down.
Yeah, if it's chest down, like your arms would still work completely fine.
Yeah,
So
sure.
his shoulders and arms work fine. He just can't flex his pecs.
I also cannot. Yeah. So I
Which
guess.
which are quite proudly on display for us at all times.
Yep.
Right?
with the new wooden plate mill or whatever.
Wooden half plate, yep.
Drizzle
Yeah, that's what I
will
meant.
have
Totally enchanted so that it doesn't get damaged in combat, though.
Totally. Totally.
I'll have the hand.
All right. So what are you doing?
The hand will bring Drizzle the controller. Now, how many buttons
Okay.
are on the controller?
While
there's
you're looking
quite
at the
a- there's
controller,
like-
have the hand go back
Yeah, the hand will go back. Back to me or back on his neck.
to his neck.
All right.
For all I
back to his
care, it
neck.
can jump across freaking Desiree to do it. Whatever.
I'm gonna say it has as many buttons as a normal TV remote. So like
Of
a
course.
keypad, a direct
Are the buttons
directional
labeled?
buttons.
Now.
No, they're just colored, different colors each.
So now this is going to oh, hold on. Now I've turned this kind of into a hostage situation, but the thing that's that I'm holding hostage is you. Now, I'm going to need you to tell me what button undoes this.
Unhold person, mate, and I'll tell you.
You can tell me regardless.
Pavu looks at Drizzle and then shakes his
Pavu
eyes
can't
left
look
and right.
at anyone. We can't move. And Pavu was probably watching Lucas
Oh, that's a
when
good
this
point.
happened. Same as Desiree, so it's like
Yeah.
there's not a lot we can do.
Roll perception, actually.
Perception?
To see if you noticed. Yeah, to see if you noticed which button you pressed. Sort of like as you're remembering.
Wait, me?
All of us or just Drizzle?
All of you if you want. Oh no, wait. You.
I mean, it's not like I can
Pavu
do
and
much
Desiree
with
can't
it.
talk.
Right.
Yeah, they can't talk.
You guys can't talk.
Yeah, we might not be able to
because
tell him, but we
you-
couldn't. But we could know.
You
So,
could know,
I'm
but
guessing I
not
roll
like it would
perception
matter.
too.
Yeah, you too.
That is a
Damn it.
9.
None of you guys noticed which button it was.
You
I'm
know,
an old
Drizzle
person, man,
would
and I'll
Drizzle
tell
would
you.
know exactly what Desiree or Pavu would do to this guy. All you have to do is say, well, it's either that or these two will destroy you.
As soon as they get
You
out.
can either have me pluck your eyes out, or you can
Again.
die much quicker. I'll leave it up to you. Was that a booming
He
again?
says, but if I keep you paralyzed, all you can really do is poke my eyes.
Hold on.
And
I've
that
heard
they
that
won't
can
mess
come in
with me.
handy. Is he...
Personally, me as a player, I could come up with far more creative things than just poking him in the eyes.
No, I wasn't thinking poking him in the eye. I was thinking using the hand to like plug
How
his
long's the
eyes out.
duration
To
again?
like take like
It's like
grab
a
him and
minute
pull
or
him out.
It's a minute concentration.
I'm
so I'd
concentrating.
say
How long is
A
our
minute.
duration?
it's not even it's not a magical spell. It was an electrical charge that went through the control panel on your null suit.
Like I said, how long are we paralyzed here?
Wait, so the suit can't move?
No, well, you under the suit have been shocked from the suit, which paralyzed you.
And there's no reason that we can't speak. Would there be?
If
Not
you're literally
really.
paralyzed, you can't move your lips.
Really? Because I've never met anyone
I
who
don't
was
think
that
so.
paralyzed.
If you get tased,
Except
you can
talking.
definitely move your lips.
Well, it depends. What kind of paralysis is it? Is it like
Should you be able to talk?
if it's an electrical paralysis, then they can still move?
Oh,
their
no.
They can. Oh no.
A paralyzed creature is incapacitated, can't move or speak.
Oh.
All right.
So yeah, Drizzle, get us out of this shit. He's gonna die, and I'm not taking any questions anymore.
Alright, I
I'm
guess
simply gonna
I
kill
will-
him.
Mhm.
I'm gonna swing
How much
both
time do you
axes
think
in
has passed?
together
I
on
guess
his neck.
I guess the best I can do is hold on. Let's see if I have any.
How many
attacks
minutes?
I can-
How long do you think this entire situation has been since you cast Hold Person?
Probably less than a minute since.
I'd say a little
since- I'd say less
Since
than a
most
minute.
of this was actually out of character discussions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd say less than a minute because
Well, no.
we've exchanged twice. I asked him a question, he answered. I asked, he answered, which can be done
So
pretty
30
fast.
seconds? 30
Mm,
seconds?
I'd say 30 seconds.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that seems about reasonable. All right. So what are you doing?
Can I cast Entangle on him to hold him still?
He's already held still.
That,
I would
yeah, he's
suggest
already
wait-
still.
He's already
no,
quite
but-
held still.
Entangle will definitely drop your concentration. I'm
You know what?
pretty
Fair
sure.
enough. Yeah. What if
Thus,
I just?
giving him
Wait
just
until
enough
hold
time to
person
run,
is
I
about to
think.
run out.
Okay, I'll just begin to strangle him with the wooden hand.
Okay.
There's a
Um,
far better solution to that.
The strangling?
The
Have the hand act like a
Luke-
horseshoe crab buried in his throat.
Oh, damn! Actually, you know what? Why not? It'll crawl its way like a spider inside of his mouth, and kind of force its way down his esophagus.
That'll be a far
Might I
more
ask how it's supposed to-
horrifying and gruesome way to go, and far
That's-
more effective too.
Quick
Because instead of
question. How
just
is he
crushing
supposed
the
to tell you
windpipe, you're blocking it, actively blocking it.
Quick question. How's he supposed to tell you which button does the right thing if a hand is actively going down his throat to kill him?
Let's think
Well,
about this.
Drizzle can always hold up the controller. This button, this button, this button.
Now,
That's gonna
when
take
I'm
quite a
pointing
while.
at the right button, you need to make
Actually,
a
We
You
can also
know-
just wait for this to wear off because
Oh, fair enough.
there's no way that this would last forever.
Fair enough.
Or even that long.
Yeah.
Also, consider Drizzle's the only one here who actually can talk. Lucas can't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so
Oh,
the
yeah,
entire
no, you
exchange,
can't.
this has actually taken less time because that entire exchange didn't happen.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure Drizzle would be aware of the effect of his spell stopping them from being able to speak.
Fair enough. Okay, so I have the remote. There's a hand inside of his esophagus right now. What can we do from here?
I'm gonna make a Constitution check for Luke.
Oh,
Oh,
please
no,
fail.
For like,
I'm going
gag
to,
reflex
and when he does this,
or,
I'm just going to
like-
say you have.
The hand's
no
not
idea
going
how
to care
good
about
you
the
are.
gag reflex, and that's only
Right?
going to cause him to drown himself in
No.
vomit.
You're like
be
totally
true.
dead, bro.
No, I'm thinking I might make it just to see if like slowly make more and more Constitution checks, and then slowly gain an exhaustion until he dies.
Is
All
there
right.
not a mechanic for suffocation? Are there not rules for this, Shadow?
There are rules for
don't think so.
suffocation. If you can hold your breath for a time equal to 1 minute plus your Constitution modifier. Give me 1 moment and I will actually read it off. Suffocating. You can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier, minimum of 30 seconds. If you run out of breath or you're choking, you can survive for a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier. Oh!
What?
What?
He's choking, so he can survive for a number of rounds equal to his Constitution modifier, minimum 1 round. At the start of his next turn, he drops to 0 hit points and is dying.
Oh.
So we
And-
should
and
we should
regain
roll
Or
initiative for
stabilized until he can breathe again.
so we should roll initiative to keep track of how much is going on, or at the very least bring
Oh,
up
no,
an initiative tracker to keep track of time.
Oh no!
He's
What?
gonna pass out. He can't breathe. He's dying until Drizzle pulls the hand out of his throat. And don't do that. Let him die. He
Wait.
needs to go. It's best for the world.
Let's
So
let him
I
suffer.
gotta roll death save for it.
Yep.
No, he just he just drops to 0.
He drops
Okay,
to 0
so I
and
gotta
is
roll death
dying.
save.
So
Well,
it's only death save
didn't you say that it was after a certain number of rounds?
equal to his Constitution modifier.
Mm-hmm.
How much
Minimum
Constitution
His
modifier does
Constitution's
Lucas
-1.
have?
-1.
Meaning he can survive one round.
Minimum of 1 round, so he would last 6 seconds.
And
Oh,
my thing
man.
lasts a minute.
I
So
was not expecting you to choke him.
he's going to pass.
With
So-
the hand he
I didn't
gave you.
What the heck? He came out.
That's choking on the hand you gave him.
Oh, it's beautiful. Keep it up, Drizzle.
Like
MVP of this
biting the
round.
hand that
This
feeds
might be
you.
the first time Drizzle actually kills someone.
Well,
Oh
you can have the hand crawl out and then go back in every time he starts to wake up.
That would be interesting too. You're gonna have to figure out how long before we are no longer paralyzed. It won't last forever.
I think you're paralyzed until the right button is clicked, and then you're unparalyzed. I think is how it's gonna work.
Oh fuck.
How I think it should
Okay.
work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It would
Wait a
he
minute.
short-circuited
Is the robot okay?
he short-circuited the suit, so there wouldn't be much more control over them because the suits are now done.
I have a question.
Yep.
Is the robot okay?
The robot is on the ground, but it doesn't have like no suits, like as though
No, what we mean is,
no longer.
was it
Yeah, the
damaged?
robot-
He short-circuited the
Noelle's
suit.
perfectly
but
fine.
No, it's
Noelle's
perfectly fine.
fine. She just can't move. Yeah, except she can't move.
Can she speak?
Drizzle can speak,
I
and the robot can
Think
speak.
so?
Hey Noel, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you mad about me killing him after he's tried to kill us?
He didn't. I don't.
Because I need help
I mean,
finding
he
out which
paralyzed your
button.
friends.
I need help unparalyzing my friends right here. Would you be able to help me?
I have never seen that remote before, honestly. And he didn't try to kill you. He just froze you, I think.
That's still quite malicious.
I know
don't
it
you
sounds
think?
like devil's that.
This is the logical next step.
That's kind of the problem. Oh,
Is there really nothing I can do besides guess?
I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't planning on this to happen. I'm just improvising at this point.
Oh.
That's your job.
Yeah,
that
I know.
is
I'm
the
improvising.
greatest skill
Roll a
of a
D20.
DM.
That is
Roll-
exactly
roll
your
a
job.
D20.
You set up a Jenga tower, and then we take a sledgehammer to it.
Knock it down.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
I'm gonna roll a private roll.
Except
And
this
then
sledgehammer
drizzle.
is made of Jenga pieces
Mhm.
that you
Right?
gave us.
Okay.
It- It's
Alright.
like my game yesterday. We were clearly supposed to get knocked out and wake up in a dungeon from
Roots,
that
yeah.
boss. Instead, I
Right.
killed the boss with 150 hit points at level 2, and am now carrying the unconscious body of the boss and my 2 allies out of the building.
Anyway, continue, Xavier.
All right. I'm gonna roll a private 1d20 roll to myself. You're gonna roll a d20. If you get my number, you guess the right button. If not,
That's a 1 in 400
something
chance.
bad's gonna.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah,
that's
400.
ridiculous.
These are really bad odds.
Isn't it 1 in 20? It should be 1 in 20.
Well, if two people are rolling,
No,
less,
because you both have to roll the same number.
yeah, if it's
I
You're like
rolled a number,
rolling a
and he just has
d6,
to roll my
d8,
number.
or
Significantly
something.
less.
That's one thing, but dang, man.
How would that go immediately to 1 in 400? That should still be a 1 in 20.
So, It's
so
the chance of rolling that number on the
Okay,
first
no,
d20
it would still be a
multiplied
1 in
by
20,
20
yes.
to hit the same number.
would still be a 1 in 20.
Yes, that would be a 1 in 20.
Yeah, 1 in 2.
Yeah, that would be only a 1 in 20.
Now, how bad
Okay, so-
how bad are we talking if I get the wrong one?
I'm just gonna say like you take just a very minimal amount of damage.
All right. Shit, I guess there really is nothing else I can do. So I'm going to say
All right, I got my number.
I'm just going to be pressing
You
buttons
will-
at this point, guys, because there's really no way I can figure it out. So if something
No,
bad happens,
the odds of rolling the same number twice in a row are 1 in 400.
It doesn't matter what the first number is. That's why it's a 1 in 20.
yeah,
It doesn't
in
matter
this
what the
case.
first number
It's
is.
basically
It's
as
1 in
if-
20.
Like if a different number was.
It's
considered a
basically
critical
him picking a
success.
number in his head and then us rolling to
Basically
try to hit
picking
that
a
number.
DC. It's
Yeah,
basically a DC. But it's just you gotta hit it
That
exactly.
is 16 total.
All right,
Well, not total because it's a flat roll.
you're gonna take half of 1d20.
Half.
Half of 1d4. That's way too much.
Yeah.
Half of 1d4.
Yeah, Jesus.
2 damage.
2 damage. Got it. 7.
Each of you, all of you. And that includes Pavo and Desiree.
Now.
Yeah, I already did it.
Done.
Okay,
Okay.
now, if I roll the same number that I've already rolled, I'm guessing I just roll again because Drizzle would not click the same button twice.
Right?
Yeah, that would be
No one
stupid. Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm not changing my number. My number is gonna be the same.
13. From the point I get it right.
So I
You
guess
take
just
2
roll
damage
5
from that
d20.
From the 7?
Yeah, go ahead.
How much
roll
damage?
5d20. 2.
9, 16, 13,
How many
10.
d20s am I rolling?
Wrong button.
no,
Pablo suddenly
dead.
takes 72 damage.
So, should I roll multiple times or just one right now? Like one at a time?
Nah, roll multiple. Roll
Okay,
multiple.
So how many?
And I'll just add
go
up the damage.
5
Just do 5 at a
D20.
time.
Yeah, just do 5.
I really hope it's not in numerical order. Oh, can it show me? Yep, the individual
Alright,
dice.
so
That's
yeah.
2, 24, 5, and 13.
Well, you've already rolled
Okay.
13.
2.
We rolled 13 already.
Okay, what was the first one?
2.
Okay, 1 at a time. 2. That's not it. Okay, so
You can roll the
one
damage,
damage.
once we're done. 20.
Okay. That makes it one damage each. You're unparalyzed, and freaking Lucas is just choking on the floor.
Oh wait, 20 was
Okay,
right?
so we take 1 damage each.
Oh no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Never mind. No, I forgot how it worked. I thought you had to get above the. I forgot you had to guess the number exactly. No.
Okay, 4 is next. Then.
What?
No, I'm telling you like the numbers I rolled. I rolled a 2, 24, 5.
4.
Okay, so
You know,
Xavier,
you could
click-
make it
click-
so much
click-
quicker
click-
by simply telling us, "Hey, here's the number we rolled. Roll
Oh,
until
shows.
you hit it, and then
Yeah.
total up the damage."
Fair enough.
Oh,
So
yeah,
what
that
is the
works.
number you
All right,
rolled?
sure. I rolled a 17.
Okay,
All right,
that's-
roll 5
Do
more
another 5d20.
d20s. And remember, only 4
Okay,
of
so-
those deal damage to us because one of was a 13, which you already got.
So 1.
2, 18,
An
1,
18.
5, and 3.
That's okay.
We already
an 18,
we already
a
have
1,
the 2.
and a 3.
3, 1.
Rolling more. We skip repeats. Yeah.
Yes.
How about
So
you just
20
say
doesn't count.
we take 25 damage and be done with it?
Yeah, sure,
This
whatever.
is dragging it out
25.
unnecessarily.
This is quite.
Like I
dragging it.
said,
Yes,
they're
I
rules
agree.
for multiple checks. Just assume if they're taking like a minute, they end up succeeding eventually.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
rolling until we
Sure.
succeed because the thret has been eliminated. Just
Right,
give
yeah,
us an
sure.
amount
All
of,
right.
of damage and be done
A
with it.
flat amount.
Huh?
Of course, a flat amount might kill Drizzle.
Well, so
Right,
long
yeah,
as
sure.
it's not, or like it shouldn't be any more than what 20, because we've
Yeah.
already hit over 10 buttons out of the 20 available.
Right. Freaking. I rolled a D100 by accident and it gave me a 99.
Okay, so
That's really close to a critical fail. Or no, that's a legendary fail. On a
all right.
D100, it's a
In-
legendary fail.
In Warhammer, that is a critical fumble in the fantasy tabletop role playing
yeah.
because it is rolling
yeah, just-
doubles.
Yeah,
If
from
you
Palladium,
take
what I
50
know of, it's a legendary
not 50,
failure.
30.
Okay, so how much damage do we take total?
30 damage.
30
30.
damage?
That's 15 max hits. When we already had over 10 buttons hit, it should be 20
Oh.
at most.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. 18.
18?
Mhm.
And that's after all the buttons that we already hit, right?
That's after all the buttons have been pressed.
Good grief.
Drizzle's now very low health. But now we're no longer
Drizzle
low.
needs help.
Yep,
Drizzle needs healing.
I do.
So you guys are unparalyzed, and we got Lucas on the floor. That took like what? Let's say like a minute tops. In
Yep.
Desiree pulls out an axe and
Game time.
removes Lucas's head.
What?
She's
Okay, roll
done
the-
with this
roll the hit.
nonsense.
Roll the hit. Roll the hit.
Well,
Like he
He's
is
unconscious
the
on
only
the
one
floor.
Hold on. Before
He's
you
also
do that,
the only one
before
who
you do
knows
that,
where the Philosopher's Stone is.
Hold on, before you do that,
He's the only one who knows where the Philosopher's Stone is.
Drizzle's
Just so
going
you
to
can
know.
scour
have the
the
hand
base.
crawl out of his mouth.
Does a 15 hit?
No, hold on, give it a second. Let Drizzle get his hand back first.
Are you seriously going to tell me a 15 doesn't hit a scientist? In a
Who's
white
unconscious
lab
on the floor?
I'm trying to frigging.
Who's not wearing any armor at all?
Yeah, it hits.
Good.
It took a while
And
for
it's
the thing to
critical
load.
because he's unconscious.
Oh, dang.
Off with his head.
Alright, so Drizzle.
Is his
did you
head
say-
sufficiently removed?
Very close to being removed.
Oh, good grief.
But he is
Then
dead.
I take my
But he is
second
dead.
attack.
But he is
Dead.
dead. But he
He's
is dead. He's dead. It's almost removed, but not. It's
Yeah, his head is gone.
yeah. he's
While
dead.
she's
He's
taking
gone.
off the scientist's head, Pavu is giving Drizzle. How many points how many points do you have left to top up?
Noel actually gets up and says, "You got shot quite a bit. I got something here.
44
she,
health. He's missing.
she sort of like her hand sort of turns into like a syringe, and sort of like,
Xavier,
hmm.
party's job.
Desiree now grabs the robot, going, "I don't trust you."
I'm trying to heal him.
And how do I know that's true?
Look, and inside the syringe is what you've seen healing potions before. It's liquid from a healing potion. It's a healing potion, basically.
How do I know it's not just colored to look like that?
Do you want to roll insight or something to check?
Perception, maybe?
Investigation, maybe?
Maybe.
Or just take your 20 points and be done with it.
I'll
Medicine.
just get my health. I'll just get my health.
Take 20 points of healing.
Okay. 20
alright.
43 health.
Well, Dag. Okay. You hear the crinkle tinkle starting to show up again. Let's see if I could get it to work before I read the lyrics.
Are Carrie and Killian unparalyzed now?
They should.
Yeah, everybody's unparalyzed.
Okay. Killian, keep the robot down.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the robot's against us.
I don't care.
It was created by Lucas. I don't trust it.
As far as I'm concerned, the only one who is not against us are the bugbears.
Darkness by my child, locked in a cage of glass and steel. But my true love remains in exile, beckoning for me to break the seal into this crystal kingdom. Dang it! Well, what? A rift. In the middle of the room, a rift opens up again, and a white light comes out. And
Desiree is somewhere in the void.
and Deziree's in the void, and I guess I can get rid of Lucas's token now. And you see a long, lanky
Desiree's carrying that
golem
with her.
starting to form.
She's just stuffing it into her bag. She's just stuffing it into her bag.
The crystal golem that just formed says, I thought you guys were paralyzed.
We're paralyzed.
Whatever.
And I'm just gonna
Whatever. I got bounties to collect. Anyway. Right.
Oh, are you here to try to kill us?
You have bounties to collect. From who?
Yeah, I got bounties.
And who are the
Raven
bounties
Queen.
on?
Well,
Who are the bounties from?
first from the Raven Queen. She's basically the leader of
Sigil.
death and such.
I know what the Raven Queen is. She's like...
Sorry, what?
She's obsessed with collecting and observing mementos and fragments of memories and essences. She lives in the Fortress of Memories,
Yes.
in the Shadowfell.
The crystal golem just said, yes. What? Okay. All right. Yeah, I got some bounties to collect, and he waves his hands, and a magical book floats in front of him, and he leaps through it, and he says, "All right, who wants to go first? Which of you three wants to go first?"
Pava will step up and raise his shield, making sure to stand in front of any allies.
He flips through the book. He says, "Pavu Kathalave." Here he is. Here you are. You have died 5 times, and you have visited the astral plane 0 times.
I haven't died once. What are you talking about?
That's right.
I
here.
may have emotionally
Points at the
died
book.
whenever Tazria did, but
But not 5 times over.
We're going to get her back.
not 5 times over, most certainly. In fact, I haven't even broken a
who's
bone.
next?
Especially not recently.
All right, you. And points towards Desiree. Desiree.
How does he know
you
our
have
names?
died 7. He's looking through a book, and you can see names and pictures and information. You have died. You have died 7 times and visited the astral plane 0 times. Oh,
Interesting theory. But that's all it is. I haven't died once.
Oh, you, and points towards Drizzle, and he says, "Oh, you're a big seller. Ooh boy!" And he flips through the book. Drizzle. Well, I have Drizzle under as a nickname. Whatever. You have died 137 times and visited the astral plane 0 times. You haven't come and see me once. Not a single time, he says.
Drizzle just looks very unhappy right now.
And he says, "Don't even. Everybody else in here is fine, but you 3, you 3 will do nicely." And he waves, and the book disappears. And I came here.
Do you have any details on these deaths?
Nope, just got the numbers. And you should know, you're the ones who died.
I haven't died once.
We haven't died.
I haven't fallen off of them Copper Mountain since I was 7.
I think I would know if I died.
the-
I don't even have friends powerful enough to bring me back until recently.
I do,
Yeah.
but he
Haven't
wouldn't
died
have
once
any
a
reason
day.
to. He would just bring me into his court. Or into his forge.
That's
I
what
would
they
be-
say. That's what
I
they
would
all
be
say.
perfectly happy in Gon's forge. Fuck this place.
That's
This
what
place
they
is
all-
horrible.
That's what they all said. Anywho.
It's what they all say. Except
Yeah,
they all
say they have.
except they all don't literally talk with a god every weekend.
He's basically ignoring you when you said I haven't died once, and just started ignoring you and was like, "Yep, that's what they all say." Blah blah blah. Anyway, and oh shoot, the tablet's about to go dead.
Okay, so Desiree's raging and going to smash him.
Okay, let's.
Should we not roll
I
initiative
guess.
first?
Yeah, let's roll initiative first.